much value into the mid to late stage of the game, not the fatigue stage, but mid to late here. This is where Leela really shines the most, just because he was able to dish out a lot of control in terms of overall damage, which is really nice. And Geo Esports is going to be capitalized on that here. So I feel like it's all about how well they understand each other's playstyle and how they come out on top of that. So I'm a little bit excited to see who will be the victors coming from this series, coming from Geo Esports and also Evo Esports.
Well, no matter what, I think you should expect a lot of bloodshed to go around, a lot of very early game aggression from both sides. We're just going to have to see what the draft is, so maybe we can kind of predict when that first blood is going to happen. Is it going to be 2 minutes or 1 minute? Well, maybe who gets the Grok might actually add up to that question.
Yeah, definitely here. And I feel like Evo Esports really... and one thing about Geo and Evo Esports as well, they both kind of prioritize the Digi pick into the final phase here. And there are not many teams actually prioritize Digi a lot, right? These two teams are the teams that actually play a lot of Digi. In those regards, we saw a couple of rewind there, which is really nice coming from both these teams. Unfortunately, it just didn't pay off too much for me, honestly speaking. I feel like it contributes a lot in terms of control in the early phase, but into this later stage here, the clutch time journey is what they need to close things out. But I feel like there are a lot of teams trying to figure out how to overstep their boundaries in these regards, but you know, it's just a one-time thing. You bait out time journey, it's pretty much done. And in this case, High Lords brings out a lot in terms of that value, where you just give this glorious path where it just goes in and then like, yeah, your time journey is up, it's okay, I'm just having slows, so what? I just want my movement speed to disengage, re-engage in situations like that, which he contributes a lot in all these team fights.
I think I agree, but I think, you know, when it comes to like the counter matchups, especially against the High Loss, people are saying like, oh yeah, you know, you can like take him out easily if you have something you know, big and tanky, big and beefy, but then the Revitalize comes in, and then the big question is like, oh, can we actually chunk this guy out? Like, and so far, I think the best answer, in my personal opinion, that has a lot of versatility, is going to be the Akai. I think Akai is an overall better counter pick. It's just an overall better counter pick because it pushes you out of the Revitalize. It's like, hey, you want to abuse it? Nope, I'm just going to yank you out of there, lock you in, and you still have the flexibility of just going on other people.
Yes, definitely here. I agree with the Akai pick here. But one thing I want to actually mention as well, when I was bringing up towards the point of Digi, right? You saw how Torak was able to kind of like counter against the Digi play just by having those Valir just pushing you back. Yes, you know, you force the time journey here, you bait out like, let's say, a Hurricane Dance from Akai. Yeah, we're going to dive on you with the Digi. So what? I'm just going to keep pushing you back non-stop, where your time journey is kind of like a one-off thing, whereas the spells coming from Valir just does a lot. But the only downside would be that it's super squishy until the mid to late stage.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. I mean, even though he is, I mean, both sides are really super squishy, to be perfectly honest. But I think what it really came down to is just experience overall. And I think Torak, in that particular matchup, they had the experience of knowing when they can take a fight. And the moment that time journey was down, it's like, all right, here's the green light. We have a very clear way of just winning the fight without having to really contest much. So it's about the efficiency of their spells. However, in this matchup, I'm not so sure whether that's going to be the same case. It's going to look like it's going to be in mechanics. It's going to be like a lot of bloodshed. I'm more interested to see what the side lanes are going to offer. Like you said, the Dairoth. You know, we saw the Thamos recently, and I don't know. I'm really hoping that one of these teams decides to bring out the Fanny.
Maybe, you know, the Fanny has been off the meta for quite some time here, considering that Kufra is almost 100% banned except for today, right? Except for today. Previous days, everything was just ban. We saw one time Kufra on day number 1, but that's about it. After we saw the power of the Kufra, everything just completely slid off. But today, surprisingly enough, that matchup against Sunsprout with Tora, Kufra was kind of like let go all the way through. Same goes for Xbox in a way. But I feel like the Kufra is going to be like the key player here. If you're talking about Fanny, right? That's one of the greatest counter. Like, excluding Ling, who is kind of not allowed to be played in this tournament as well. But if Ling is brought as well, Ling is like the new replacement to Fanny for me.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with you. I definitely don't disagree. Her abilities and kit is just really useful overall. But, you know, I'm thinking about, like, you know, the good old days where it's like, if you're going to pick Fanny, it's like, oh, easily, I'm just going to lock in Saber. And it's like, ooh, now this game just became way more interesting. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for both Geo and Evo Esports, who kind of just want to play their own game. Like, meta, whatever. As long as I get to, like, completely crush your game plan by disrupting it, by taking your picks, by counter-picking, like, that's the way to go. Like, good for them.
I know the Saber is, like, off meta, it's kind of thing. But when there was a time when I just met a Saber, I'm like, hey, it's just a Saber. But when he gets those, like, 4 slaughter items, okay, he can literally one-shot you with 1 out. I'm like, Okay, so I can see where you're getting at. I can see where you're getting at. But unfortunately, say it's kind of like not on a meta. But if we really do see it, I'll be like, whoa.
I'm expecting not meta from both of these teams. Like, if there was a time to not expect the meta, it's right now between Geo Esports and Evo Esports.
True.
Like, the stats that we were given based on them, their win rates on particular champions, on particular heroes, is really weird. Like, all of a sudden you have strange picks like the Fanny, you have strange picks, you know, Dyroth here and there, Mincetar once in a while. It's like, all right, if you're willing to bring these up, especially in pro play and the qualifiers, I'm excited to see what it's like against each other. But looks like we're going to be going straight into the draft. You guys have been waiting a little bit too long, and I'm excited to bring you these games. Let's begin the draft.
Well, speaking of drafts here, Geo, what are they going to be banning off here? Are they going to be starting off with the Grok ban on pretty standard brands, or are we going to see specific bans? Seems to me it's going to be the Xbox ban right off the bat.
I think meta or not meta, Xborg is just a complete terror to deal with. Just get him out of the way, man.
I know, right? We saw how many times Xbox has one of the highest win rates over 3 days, right? I think the only Xbox were kind of lost. They kind of lost was the game against Kodak, I think. Which was it?
Yeah. No, they actually won that game against
they actually won too.
They won that game as well with the Xbox support, there. But yeah, Masha gonna be the next man, followed up by the Harith from Geo. It looks like, I mean, Geo overall just doesn't like dealing with Harith or Xborg one way or another. Get those out of my face. Evil Esports are like, all right, split push. No, just no, stop.
Yeah. Definitely. And yeah, sorry, it wasn't Todak, it was actually Evo Esports who actually lost against Todak. So that was pretty much the only time I saw an Xbox. Not that I can remember, but still, that's the only time that I saw actually the Xbox really lost, so I'm not surprised why they actually banned it off. Kaja as well, we saw how Geo was able to pull that game against Sunspark in a way, but we know how powerful the Kaja is. But no, Geo going to be prioritizing the Grok here, so Hydos is going to be immediate secure from Evo Esports for sure.
Yeah, interesting. They want to play meta. They want to have the Grok on their hands. I think that's kind of a no-brainer there. Evo Esports most likely going to lock in the high loss, but what are they going to pair it up with? Because here's the question. Kufra is up on the table. If they lock in double tanks here, the problem is they're not going to have they're not going to hold back a counter pick for later on, and that allows Geo Esports to be like, oh, I can lock in Chang'e if I want.
Yeah, Chang'e, Lolita, right? So in this case, it's going to be a Chang'e. I was about to say, like, you know, if you take the Kufra or Hylos, right, you know, okay, Geo is automatically going to take the Chang'e and Lolita, but in this case, Evo Esports going to be taking the Chang'e and Lolita for themselves, leaving up the Hylos for themselves. So in this case, we feel like, Geo, it's all up to you. Are you going to guys take the Kufra, or are you guys going to take the Hylos? That's what I feel like Evo Esports answer towards them.
Exactly, and it's not really like there is no winning situation here. You just lost your counter pick, which is still fine. I mean, there's Boxy on the table, but I don't think Geo or Evo Esports kind of want to force that out, because then you're losing so much utility, like compared to something like a Kufra. And I think Leomon is a particularly interesting pick here, because he knows like, I need to get to that back line. I need to kind of like, you know, have a lot of utility while still looking to clean up the team fights. And I think this is a great way to answer it. Evo Esports playing very meta here, sticking with the carry, making sure that, you know, no matter how strong your tanks are, I will chunk them out.
Definitely. And speaking of which here as well, instantly picking the carry here just deals really well against Grok as well as the Kufra here, just because they have this high HP percentage, right? So the lightning build definitely pierces through very easily from the side of Evo Esports. So high loss instantly banned here, no more S tier banks for the side of Evo Esports. This is something they have to worry about as well. Fortunately for them, they still have the Lolita, but in terms of creep clear potential, they need something in the pool. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Diggy, you know, it's not the best creep clear, at least you can poke it from a safe distance, right?
Yeah, and more importantly, it's like it just renders Kufra useless. He comes in, it's like, oh, I'm gonna make the big play, pops in that time journey, and it's like, well, you know, not as effective as I thought I'd be.
I'm a bit worried here from side Evo Esports, because they don't exactly have a really strong front line, except for Lolita, considering that Lolita is like a defensive front liner, right? So in this case, you know, I was expecting for them to actually pick like Esmeralda, but seeing how they have the Chang'e, I'm worried here. They need something to actually protect this Chang'e from getting cut off, especially from the Kufra dives and also the Grok dive. So in this case, it's going to be a troll pick. Fighter Cho? Tank Cho.
I like the fact
Cho.
that they're flexing it, because now it's an option. You can go either way, and they're posing the question to Geo. It's like, hey, we have this show. We're not looking to counterpick. However, we know that it's a good matchup against Learmore anyway. And if we don't like the matchup in our tank section, we can just switch it out with something else. So I think this is a win situation for Evil Esports. Geo going to be locking in the Bruno, hovering over the Kagura. They have plenty of options. I mean, Lunox is on the table, but they want that AOE.
Nah, definitely going to be playing the Kagura for them. Like, I've seen their qualifiers as well. Their Kagura is a mean here. They tentatively play those kind of catch potential where they go in for team fights. They don't exactly commit to a 5 versus 5, but they commit into like a split push here. But Baxia definitely something that they needed here. I talked about the frontline tanks, right? They needed a Baxia at least. It's not exactly the greatest creep clear, but at least it's just someone that soaks up a lot of damage and just can push back whatever aggression that Joe's is offering.
Gatot was on the table.
True.
Franco was on the table. Akai was on the table. Like, there were a lot of options, and they decided to go for Baxia. I think they have a reason for it. I just can't put 2 and 2 together here. Are they looking to go for like backline flanks and kind of hold them there? That's why I'm kind of like a bit iffy on this Baxia pick overall. I kind of like Geo Esports' composition a little bit more. I think the Kagura is a great way to get past that Lolita, because again, if you lock in something like a Lunox or maybe even a Kimi if it was up, Lolita's just going to put up that shield and be like, what you going to do?
True.
It gets a little difficult.
It's the same for the Hellcat as well, right? Like, I think there was the game with Todak as well where the Hellcat almost got his shots actually blocked from the shield, which is a little bit tough here, but fortunately for them, it's not exactly easy to actually land off those shields to block every single shot.
Exactly.
In this case here, I agree what you're saying as well. So those mage picks here, I'm not too sure how they're going to be playing this out, but yes, I agree with you on a point where Geo has the slight advantage just because they have this 2 frontline tanks that just contribute so much in creep clear and just have a lot of aggression coming from them, whereas compared to Lolita and also the Baxia, yes, you can cut the backlines, you can set up a lot of damage output, but these are not the heroes that just would stand still and just take up whatever damage that Baxia is going to be dishing out though.
Agreed. I think personally, I think where it got really interesting when they decided to lock in the carry very soon, but let's get straight into the game and talk about it a little bit more as Geo Esports is up against Evil Esports. Brazil versus Turkey. Who's going to take this game away?
Well, speaking of which, starting off, Changa's going to be on the mid side here alongside Kagura. Not too often we see this kind of mid matchup, but still, we have seen wonders coming in from the qualifiers of Turkey as also the qualifiers from Brazil. So Evil Esports and Geo Esports, that's how they got here. They are playing their signature heroes right now.
Evil Esports already going for a very early wave cut as well as contesting the buff. Wow, that's a little early here. And it looks like they're not going to get too much support from the other side of the map. Kufra, they're willing to sacrifice bot tier 1. They steal it away as 5 members and peel backwards. Okay, it's looking good, but they need to net profit themselves. They're going to take the rest of the jungle.
Yeah, I'm worried here because right now, like you said, 5 members stealing the buff here from the side of Evil Esports, and Geo Esports will get a free tower with only the Bruno and Kufra pushing that tier 1. That's a pretty early one here. Gold Crab getting contested from Evil Kadze as well. Bottom side, the Crab actually getting stolen also from Evil Esports. So losing a tier 1, fortunately for them, they will still get 2 gold crabs in favor of Evil Esports.
Let me just reiterate what the priority, maybe it's just me, the priority for EXP over a torrent of global gold. So they earn themselves an extra 500, 100 over each of the members. Like, well, let's see how this plays out.
Oh, it's going to scale over time here, but the buff here will be secured from Geo. So fortunately for it, they're going to be fine. But nice block here coming from Aura. Catches onto Hitachi, forcing the flicker. Meteor Shower is there coming from Marker. Can he do enough damage? Wrong direction here, but Libra will be coming with salvage here. But the Way of Dragon catches on Jude. He's going to make it out of here with the King Umbrella. Here comes the Revitalize, keeping Evil Esports out of the bay here. And now First Blood will be taken out on the side of Kufra. And they want more Geo Esports. They have to go on a retreat here. The Phantom Team needs to back out as Libra will back out safely here. Evil Esports came out on top with 1 kill.
This is absolute chaos. Both sides. I'm not too sure why Geo Esports wanted to hold on a little bit longer with the Revitalize. They probably should have retreated a lot earlier. Yes, this was a good chunk out, but they have no way to kind of clear up the fight. The numbers were not their favor. Aura flickers over the wall and then kind of just stands around there. He doesn't need to be there anymore. He just needs to allow his team to escape, pops down the Revitalize, and then it kind of baits the rest of the team to be like, hey, maybe we should go back in. No, they should have completely retreated, allowed Bruno to kind of farm up a little bit more and maybe put some damage into that tier 2.
Yeah, the revitalize from Evo Esports was the one that actually made things really well for them. But I agree that way Aura had to back off. However, it's not over yet here. Gonna be jumping onto Kaze as well. He's cops the Purify. He's gonna be fine. But Kubra from the back lines, a huge Tyrant's Rage connects onto 3. They get the kill. Libra finishes him off. Grok commits the kill. And they want a jungle. They will take him down. No turtle ball for you. Libra, he's a little bit too low. Luca wants to finish him off. Will he be able to heal himself up? Yes, he's gonna try to break a dodge for it. Libra making a run. Here comes the sun. Luca, will he finish off the shield as well from him? He's not dead yet. Libra, he's making a run. What a save from Aura. Luca, what a dodge. Here comes the shield again. Luca, what are you doing? You're gonna go down. But Libra, here comes the rest of the cavalry here from the side of Evo Esports. But he's not dead. He eventually goes down. Geo Esports, they bought a 4-man commitment up top.
Alright, this game is going in an interesting direction. The rest of Geo Esports holding out on their own. But again, I was talking about chaos since the beginning, and yes, this is exactly what we were looking for.
Oh my, they still overcommitted their stay from inside Geo Esports. Evo Esports managed to punish them here, but at the same time, that play right there bought Homie some time to get some farm, but in this case, Purify gets forced up and he gets taken down. So all that hoo-ha was all for naught now.
Yeah, and now Evo Esports have really reclaimed their gold league back, and Geo Esports, all the effort that they've been putting on, that might have actually hurt them. They got that first initial turret. They haven't been farming their jungle very efficiently, and now they're at a deficit at both gold as well as EXP.
Yep, Evo Esports here with the Bucks. Yeah, we know he's one of the most mobilized tanks in this game as well. He's so easy to rotate here. However, here comes the Cobra. He's gonna try and pick a fight against Luca, but he'll pop the ultimate and make a run for it.
Yep, the Tortoise Resistance dropped already. Wow, Waz is taking a lot of damage. Itachi is in a lot of trouble here. The momentum has already been put on, but he has to force the flicker himself out. I think they honestly should go for a lane swap here to allow Bruno to break that tier 1.
Definitely. Nicely done there from Itachi as well, forcing out big ultimates coming from Geo Esports. And because of this, they buy a little bit more time to actually snowball their way through. But now Was getting chased off here. But here comes the Cobra. It is a setup. Does it able to connect here? Unfortunately, it doesn't. They have to force themselves to disengage. But Aura will get chunked down from the meteor shower. The turtle bra from Mocker. And Ash will catch out the Kagura. Where's the Widow Dragon? Yes, it is. He catch one. Libra, you're in trouble as well. Live right. Revitalize has been used as well as Evo Esports. They're coming on top. They're going to snowball their way through the game. And Baxia catches on Bruno. Bruno, where are you running, my friend? Where are you running?
Rest of the team is pulling up as Evo Esports after winning a convincing team fight 3K ahead. They need to start getting these objectives. Top tier 1 will be going down as well as Mocker. He's making sure that he's cutting down Libra. Libra's in trouble. Aura, great play. Comes and flickers in, making sure Itachi, he's not going to be making it out of there. And now Luca's in trouble as well. Great play coming out of Kufra.
Nicely done there with the flicker. Tyrant's Rage, and now he's going to steal off the goal as well. Nicely done coming from Geo Esports. All hope is not lost yet, but let's take a look at the replay right here.
One more time. Look at that.
Flicker.
Oh! So clean. So clean.
Ouch. That's yummy right there. And because of that, we can see Evo Esports here. They overextended. They're a little bit overconfident. Did not expect the flicker play here coming from Aura. So in this case, Geo Esports, how would they capitalize on this here? They had the early engagement here, but let's take a look at itemization right now.
Yeah, overall, I mean, everybody's just picking up their... Oh, boy. Oh, Libra's in trouble. Goes down, instantly getting caught out there. Great play coming in from Ash as well. Oh, wait, hold up. Look at the rotations. Here it comes. Waz, he's already putting it into KT, but he has to pull away. He's trying to buy some time to make sure the minions go down, but it looks like Evil doesn't want to go for another risky dive. They learned their lesson.
Alright, he's all by himself. Geo, you have no backup. Where are you going? Bruno is in the vicinity. Hobie is on the top, but here comes the Tyrant Rage. Doesn't go for a stun, but instantly gets bursted down from the Chang'e, and now Nomis is going to be next. Here comes the Way of the Dragon, and he goes down as well. The power of the Chang'e with the total buff. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
So much damage coming through, and I think Evo Esports is just so much better in terms of their map awareness because they are catching them off and making sure. Oh, June gets quite a bit of damage, but
Meteor Shower
follows up into the back line. One more time, throw another one into the blender.
Oh my, that power here coming from Mocker, and you saw that how he had the turtle bomb, he's just doing so much damage, right? This is him without the turtle bomb, and he just got his glowing one in like less than a minute ago. So this is where he's gonna chunk out a lot of max HP here by Cobra. The Way of the Dragon from Ash catches on Aura. Here all by himself, the Tyrant's Rage. Where's the follower? It's too late, it's all down. Here comes a Dominant Blast as well! Catches onto Homies, Evil Esports. They're taking towers after towers, objectives after objectives, and Evil Esports, they are the mysterious villain indeed.
Man, wow. This game, I can't even, I don't even know what to say at this point. And at some point, you have to question what's going on here. As now, they're going to take him out. Oh, but Ash, he wasn't able to get the Way of the Dragon. Oh, he was so close to just one-shotting Ash there, but luckily the Way of the Dragon was still in his grasp. The rest of Geo is kind of pulling backwards. They need some breathing room, but Evil Esports 7K ahead. Like, they are willing to drive their lead down Geo Esports' throats.
Oi, Evil Esports. They are the perfect healers indeed. However, we saw the power of Chang'e with the glowing one. This time, he's got an Ice Queen one here. Geo Esports, they have to be careful here. We see the Baxia. Nice stun there coming in from Cobra. Instantly gets shut down. Godlike strike for the Cho. Evil Esports, they take the tier 2. They're looking for more. And Geo Esports, how will they defend against this here? They're trying their best. June getting poked a little bit here from the Chang'e. Here comes Baxia cutting the backline. He wants to catch the Gruno, but Grog forcing the wall charge. And he's going to disengage, but the tier 3 is going to be an objective here from Kaze. Evil Esports, they've got the tier 3s. Now they're going to be transitioning into the tier 2 now. But now, here comes the stun on the Libra. Libra, where are you going? Marker is going to meteor shower you. He's going to take one. Now he's looking for more, but all second tier 3 goes down. Immortal up on Baxia and Evil Esports. They're choking Geo Esports all the way through.
Yeah, they're making sure they have the revitalize. It's like they're all refreshed now. Oh, but the Tyrant's Wrath into Tyrant's Rage. They actually get one. Aura goes down. The rest of the team continues to progress forward as they are getting completely staged down. Mockery with that amazing ultimate. He has so much damage packed into one child.
One child indeed. Wall charge being expended as well. Luminum Blast catches on the one. Chang'e almost bursting down June once again for the second time. But Geo Esports will push back. And Evil Esports, they are going to reset this fight here and prepare for the Lord. That's so. Geo Esports will live to fight another day.
Yeah, but I think they pretty much almost secured this game. 10k gold ahead of their opponents here. All they have to do is kind of just choke them out, do the Lord, and look to push for the end game because Geo Esports is a whole item down.
Oh, that's not for now, but the Lord, they are going to be trying to secure a couple of takeoffs here before transitioning a lot. But Evil Esports, they see the Leomon up top from Libra, and because of that, they are going to try and steal off the buffs. Your Hurricane already up. A Wind Talker already up on the Chang'e, and Mocker, he's gonna be very, very slippery on that later baby child.
Yeah, this is just a complete slugfest here. Now Geo, they've been taking a lot of these risky 50-50s and they haven't been winning them. And because of that, Evil Esports has developed such a large lead, getting a lot more picks, playing the map a little bit better. They're going to get one more catch here. They locked out Aura. Aura's in trouble as the rest of June. He's going to go down instantaneously. Itachi looking at that Dominant Blast, locks down Aura one more time. 2 kills secured, but that's not all. They're going to turn around on Libra, who's trying to make a play, pushing them away to try and clear the waves as he does successfully. Now, it's just a matter of time before this game is over.
The creep wave is coming in. Revitalize being expanded as well. Evil Esports, they're thinking about closing this game. What can homies do? Nice wall block there, but Cho. Ash comes again. The Way of the Dragon catches the ground. He's taking the tower, but can they burst him out inside? Yes, they will. Legendary for Mockery. And now, this crystal is going to go down as Evil Esports will take game number 1. Not Mockery, but Mocker the man.
Oh my goodness. The absolute beast here. Absolute beast from both sides.